So Apurva was saying that, like, for example, a person falls into the pothole and I allow that.
Yeah.
So I have also been in this situation, especially with my children, that they need to learn certain things. But I am conflicted uh, that, so for example, my daughter, I need her to bring her clothes down and put it in the machine. And I want her to learn to take care of her own clothes. I mean, that they should be washed because she's going to live by herself few years later on. And I've been quite strict about that. But then on the other hand, I sometimes think that she's so busy and she doesn't have time for all this. So maybe I should do it for her. And I'm not being loving enough. So my conflict is that am I not, sometimes I'm confused what is love really, and that am I not being loving enough. And so yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, feeling responsible ki pothole mein, I mean, I feel very responsible that I know तो मुझे वो करना चाहिए, they should learn, but at the same time I feel maybe it shouldn't be like that,
So
I
she
should be
doesn't
loving.
feel she doesn't get a pothole after 5 years. Is that what you're saying? Like if she doesn't
Yes,
do it, she needs to
yes,
learn it. Otherwise, how will she
yeah,
deal with
yeah,
it?
so
Great.
she can navigate.
So I guess there is a lot of love. Actually, there is no doubt that there's a lot of love and care that you want to have, which is like a fixed deposit. Also, karna cha rahe ho. But yeah. So it's like it's not just the pothole that is there; it's the pothole that I imagine is going to come in her life. So yeah, I mean, if and you can think like that. For example, there could be certain habits which I might also think like that. If uh, I have a certain preference for food, and if if I can see somebody is like having that food, and I'm care for them, I might think that they're gonna end up in a hospital probably. It's my story at least, and I want to care for them, but they are saying bullshit. I am enjoying it. Why are you like after me? So I have been a pain for a lot of people like that also, uh, like wanting to have too much love. So yeah, so what comes to you when you what is your struggle in that?
My struggle is that ये मेरा responsibility है, I have to do this, being the mother, being the
Ah,
wife.
okay, okay. So did you again, what is happening? There's an implicit expectation that you are assuming that your daughter is having. Probably she's not having. She's a mom. Enjoy your life. मेरे कपड़े की चिंता छोड़ दो. आप कुछ और करो. Do better things than my clothes. Maybe she wants that. So you can check with her that is it really important for you? Do you want me to organize your clothes, or do you? And again, the point is clothes washing. Tomorrow, maybe after 5 years, तो क्या पता लॉन्ड्रा मैट्स वो जो होती हैं वो लगी होंगी मशीनें, क्या पता आपको, क्या पता 5 साल बाद क्या होने वाला है. So you are having again this casting of this expectations sometimes also are even more dangerous when there are certain roles. And those come with certain accountabilities, and which again somebody doesn't even think that's your accountability. Or if you do it, then maybe you might have expectations from her that you also do things for me like that. So I've been saying ki, again, as keeping things dynamic, like in NVC Marshall talks about jackal and giraffe, that how giraffe is a very living language. So what's alive in that moment right now. So yeah, it can be very, I would say, at least my thought is there, that it's can be very oppressive when we get into these roles, that is role ka to ek kaam hai daughter ko to aise hona hi hai, aankh utha ke baat karni hai, nahi karni hai, all kinds of, I'm not saying that you're doing that, but yeah, so check with her that is this agreement really wanted also right now. Maybe she enjoys your support, and maybe after 5 years, see, mom, मैं किसी और को ले आऊंगी करने के लिए, आप भी क्यों कर रहे हो? Actually, again, the thing is that you could be seeing her life from your past experiences, where you landed up in a family and how important it was to wash your clothes. And you are still in that zone, maybe where she's very away. Her tensions could be very different. How do I deal with my relationships, or how do I deal with something else, or how do I think of mental health challenges, or how do I change jobs, or how do I set up a business, or something else. So I guess it's also where I'm coming from. Is there you have a story about taking care of the home and things like that, where again जो कहते हैं ना कि हमारे जमाने में तो ये होता था, इतना करना पड़ता था. So preparing कि
Yeah,
तेरी माँ ने क्या सिखाया तेरे को,
yeah, I do have a story because when I got married, I didn't pretty much knew nothing about home management.
Yeah.
And then I have the story that I compromised my career because I didn't have home management skills.
Or maybe even if you knew that, you could have still been a good home manager and not allowed to get into your career so much. You don't know that. So I'm just saying things are so dynamic, and I mean, if everybody, as you said, that you had a story. So again, when we are checking about expectations, you need to also have a very open sharing with your daughter, and to be heard about your challenges, that what you faced probably, or you want to be heard by some other people, where what you went through was not easy. So there's a beautiful message that behind all the story, that you want her to life to be easy. But will this strategy help, or maybe investing in some other work that she's doing is going to help? You don't know that. So there needs to be an open conversation that I am stuck. That's how I think. Let me know. Help me understand. Is it really important? She said, bullshit. I don't even need this, mom. I don't know. So what the conversation goes. But actually, you need to be heard by your daughter about the challenges that you went through, or from some other people. If your daughter hears, it's even better, I would say. And then she might have two other better tips to tell you what you could have done 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So, yeah.
Today, what you said about when we neglect our own needs and how it can affect, across generations.
Yeah.
I am seeing that. That was very real. Yeah. And the other thing, when I spoke about my daughter and you said, probably you want her to hear your story. And yes, I do come from that space of mere saath aisa hua, and it should not happen with both my daughters. And I realized that that it's my story, and I think that it'll happen with them also. So I got a lot of clarity on that. And what you said about that, when you want to express your need, you just, for example, don't say I want acceptance, but you make it more real, even for the other person to understand ki acceptance means what. So that was like a big aha moment for me, that isko aise batana, I have to really go down deep and understand acceptance to me means what, and then translate that and say. And what was very grounding for me was, I've been a person who has neglected my own needs. And I also feel I've been obnoxious because I neglected my needs so much.
Yeah.
So what was grounding was keeping the other person's needs in mind, like holding those needs and expressing your needs. That I was very just so grounding to hear that. That हाँ इसको ऐसा करना चाहिए. You don't say कि ये it's about my needs now. मैंने इतने साल तो whatever. Yeah. So thank you so much. It was really amazing to be here and get so much clarity from by everyone's sharing and then by my own sharing. Thank you.